Hello. Hello. Hi, Tyrone. Hello, everyone coming in. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to get started in a moment. Thank you so much for joining us today. Hello, Mr. Campbell. Hey, Chandria. Thank you so much for joining. I'm waiting for Unique to join in so I can have her to come on in. I'm not seeing her. Thank you everyone for joining. We're going to get started in a moment. Let me see. Hello, those who are coming in. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'll gonna get started in a moment. Thank you so much for joining. We're going to get started in a moment. Thank you, Tyrone. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone who's coming in. We're going to get started in one moment. Hi, Auntie. Thank you for joining. Okay. Thank you for joining those who are just coming in. Thank you, Auntie. Hi. Hi, Ebony. Thank you for joining.
Hi.
Oh.
I'm so sorry, guys. I was having some technical difficulties. My apologies.
Oh, I'm
How's
glad you're
everybody
here.
doing? Hi. Hi, mommy. Hi, brother. Hi, prolific. Hi, everybody. How you guys doing today? I'm sorry I took your time. Shame on me.
So thank you everyone for joining us today. We thank you for your support. We thank you for watching. Hi, Uncle Dwayne. You said you can see us, but you can't hear us. Can everyone else hear us, or can you hear us clearly?
Okay.
Comment if you can, so we can know what we need to do. Thank you so much, Andrea. Y'all can
Thank
hear
you.
us? I want to make sure before we move forward that everybody can hear us, because we got a comment saying that you can hear. Okay. Thank you so much, Tyrone. So Uncle Dwayne, I'm not sure. Make sure you try turning up your device. You can now. Okay. You can hear us. Thank you so much. So we're gonna get started, because don't want to hold you all long on your Saturday evenings, but we thank you so much for spending your time with us today. This is an exciting time for us where we get to introduce to you. We know we've posted a lot, but we wanted to make sure you got to see the faces behind the business, the Compassionate Carer. So we thank you so much for joining us. We thank you. Yes, this is the box. We're going to be talking about that later. Thank you so much. Hi, Aisha.
Hi,
Thank you so much for
everybody.
joining us today. So what we're going to do is we're going to get right into it. If you have any questions throughout this live, put them in the comment section. We would love to answer your questions. And so right now we're going to get started. So we want to thank you again for coming and joining us today. We're going to introduce ourselves, tell you a little bit about us for those who may not know us or know our stories and the motivation behind the Compassionate Carer. So I'll let Unique start.
Hi. Sorry, guys. Before we get started, please go ahead and like this video. Don't forget to keep following us for more updates. We have so much information coming out for you guys. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Melaninterest. If you haven't heard, you guys need to go get your melanin popping at Melaninterest. We're also on Twitter. Everywhere else, we're on The Compassionate Carer. And on Twitter, we at T Compassionate C. So make sure you guys follow us for more updates. Make sure you guys check out the blogs. We're talking about a lot of different topics. We're talking from caregiving, self-love, politics, you name it, we're talking about it. So make sure you guys follow us on all of those channels, just so that you're getting all of the updates that you need to get from us.
Yes.
So a little bit about me and my story and what brings me to the Compassionate Carer today. Um, some of you may know, some of you may not know, but recently my mom got a little bit sick. Scared me straight. And I took a little bit of a step back and looked at life, and I kind of looked at the things that we're not learning. And we're learning at the last minute. We're learning so late on things. We're learning when it's too late. So in the process of me going through making sure that my mom relocated all of her stuff here properly and going to the doctors and making sure she's okay here, I realized that it was very hard for me to just even put all of those pieces of the information together. I'm learning about, medications that I hadn't taken, doctor's appointments, and things like that. So for me, I'm an organized person, and in order for me to live day by day, I kind of got to have a plan as to what I want to do for the day in order for me to get through it. So it started with me creating sort of a journal. And in that journal, it just kind of outlined everything that my mom would need. So if God forbid anything happened and anybody walked into the hospital or she walked into a hospital by herself, she had this book, and whether she was unable to talk or anything, she had everything that she needs to get taken care of. And that was very important for me. And then having a place to put those things was also very important. So a few nights of just drafting what I thought it would look like and what I would need help with. I reached out to Naima and I ran over my plan with her and I showed her everything, and things just started rolling from there. This business for me is about taking care of my mother and really educating and letting people know that this is not something you got to do at the last minute. You can prepare in advance. You don't have to wait until things get so out of hand that you're unorganized and you're getting frustrated. Things can be taken care of. So this is just my gift to myself and my gift to my friends and my family. We put so much work into this. I really hope you guys enjoy it. And we'll go over some of the stuff that's inside of the box with you guys. But I want to give Naima a chance to let you guys know a little bit about her story as well.
Thank you. So, again, some of you may know this, some of you have been along with me on the journey. Um, I became a caregiver to my mom in 2012. My mom had, I had graduated college, and my mom had been coming to visit me. I was staying with family. Things didn't work out as far as my education. And at that time, I actually had been dealing with depression. My mom came to visit me, and at that time, she got sick, ended up in the hospital. This was, I think, her fifth stroke by this time. And this was the one that I feel like knocked her off her feet. She came to visit, wound up in the hospital, and she was never able to return back to New York, which is where she was. Within that time, I felt like my life kind of sped up. I went from working a part-time job that wasn't stable, got a full-time job, wound up getting an apartment, and within weeks or within days of her coming home, I actually was able to land an apartment, and she moved right in with me. As you can imagine, it was a whirlwind. It was unexpected. I literally was trying to get my life together, and now here I am responsible for someone else who was sick. And throughout the 9 years of being her caregiver, I've learned so much about myself. I've learned so much about her. I've learned a lot about some of the things that caregivers go through. And through trial and error, I figured, why not take my experiences? Why not take everything that I've went through over the 9 years and that I'm still experiencing? Because thank God my mom is still alive. Thank God I'm still able to care for her. Thank God I'm still able to see her every day and see her grow stronger. And even in those points of weaknesses, being able to be her cheerleader and cheer her on. And that's
Yeah.
something that I get the privilege and the honor to do every single day, and I don't take it for granted. But of course, it's not easy, especially as a young person, prioritizing your life. And so for me, my gift to the caregivers out there, my gift to those, even if you're not a caregiver today, because caregiving looks different, whether it's a parent or a sibling, or my aunt has surgery, and I have to take care of her for 2 weeks. That's still a form of caregiving. They're still a part of organizing your life and theirs. Now your lives have become enmeshed, and you have to balance so many different things. And so for me, my gift to everyone, whether you're at that stage or not, is the compassionate carer, sharing my experiences, sharing what worked for me. No, it may not work for you, but if not, let's come together. Let's talk about it, and we can figure out something that will work for you.
Definitely.
So, this is one of my hearts. This is something that I take very seriously and I love because it's a part of my life, it's a part of my identity. And so I want to share a part of my identity, a part of my heart with you to help you along your journey. So, yes.
Definitely. And we also want to make sure that we keep in mind that every one of us will be one type of a person. We're either going to need care, we're going to give care, we're going to be in care of, or we would have cared for someone already. So when you
Yes.
get to your stage in life where you need care, I know for me, I want to make sure things are wrong. I want the right people caring for me. I don't want nobody who's going to take advantage of me. And this is what we go through. You understand? So we want to take it past just the caregiving phase and make sure that you also are securing your future, securing your life, securing how you want to live. If there comes a point where you can't do what you want to do, you should already have that on paper. You should already know who's going to take care of you and help you and get you through that part of the process because it's hard. And whoever does it got to love you and they got to care for you. So we want to make sure that we're opening up the conversation.
Yes. Definitely. Definitely. I agree with you 100%. But what I wanted to say is, even in telling our stories, we had to also learn how to care for ourselves. That is a big part of being a caregiver. It's not only about caring for your loved one, it's also caring for yourself, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot continue to move forward, continue to do your everyday things if you're not taken care of. So, something that you'll see from us a lot is implementing self-care, implementing if it requires it, getting mental health help if that's what you need, hobbies, things that make you feel good, that keep you going. Because I think when you care and pour into someone else, many times you forget about yourself, and you cannot, not, you won't last. That's where burnout and frustration and resentment comes in. So you'll see a lot of things, yes, to help you in your caregiving journey, but also a lot of things that will be for you, that will feed you, that will feed your soul, that will feed your mind, that will feed you emotionally. We talk about it all. So yes, that's one big thing that I don't want people to forget.
Definitely. Okay. So I'm so excited about this box, guys. We got to get into it. Can I just tell y'all that it took us so long to get these boxes. We've been waiting for these boxes for 3.5 months. So
Sounds
long.
right.
And we customized them especially for you. Every detail from the top, from the front to the back, every detail of this box is customized. This is not going to be a box you want to throw away. It's really, really pretty. It has all of the things that you're going to need inside of it to start to care for someone. We have a lot of other products coming, but this one is our baby, and we took a lot of time in putting work into the products that's in this box. All of the products that are in the box were created by us, the compassionate carer, and then we had them manufactured so that we can give them to you. So I'm just going to tell you a couple of things that's in the box. We're not giving away all the details. We're not giving away all the surprises. That's not happening today. But we're going to tell you some of the main things that is inside of the box. So I'm not even going to take that one out. I'm going to start here. So obviously a part of healthy living, you got to make sure that you're eating right if you're going to take care of yourself in the right way. We're talking in water intake, vitamins, and, healthy, natural items. So we wanted to have a way to help those who may need to balance their diet due to maybe high blood pressure or, something that just may be slowing them down. So we have a placemat. On this placemat is really cute, guys. It has all the vitamins that you need as far as your daily intake. It also has all of your food groups and major what you should have on your plate as far as how it should look, as your plate settings with your vegetables and your meats and proteins and all of that. On the back of this is my favorite. So each one of these every month, we're going to make sure that we give you guys a little something special as far as it comes to the placemat set. So we have a smoothie bar, we have a snack shack, and we also have some healthy modifications on there as well. So you'll be able to try some of our favorite recipes and have some other ingredients that you can add to your day that you may not have tried before, and that could add a little bit of something to your plate. So you can look at the healthy modifications here as well if you need to change that for your diet. These is all specially made by me and Naima, so we wanted to make sure that we shared them with you. Obviously, this is to be another very important piece. If you are in need of being able to monitor your health care, what your intakes are, your blood pressure, this is something like what you would get at a hospital. So you go to the hospital, right in front of you every day, it tells you what your blood pressure is, what your sugar is, what you ate for the day. If you are having a hard time with balancing meals, or if you're suffering from high blood pressure or any of those things, this is going to be a great way for you to document and be able to figure out what triggers your body. Something is triggering your body when your blood pressure is high or when your sugar is low. What did you do? What did you eat? How did you sleep? Did you get water? Did all of those things happen? What does your mood feel like? This is poster size, so you can put it on your fridge, you can put it on a wall, maybe you can put it in your bathroom, somewhere close, wherever you take your medicine. I would advise putting it there. And you can also write notes and things like that on the side. So if maybe you ate a little something that you know is going to trigger your diet, then you might want to list that over here in this area. And also, this doesn't need to be for someone who just has high blood pressure or needs to monitor things. This can actually be a really good way to help you track your eating and maybe help you lose weight along the way. So if that's an issue as well, this will definitely help. I have one more thing for you guys, and then I'm going to let Naomi show you guys something a little special as well. So this is something that we created for you guys as well. It is an activity guide. This activity guide is special because everything that's inside of it is literally going to teach you something about your body. So inside of the book, we have crossword puzzles, we have word searches. These are all created by us. We have coloring pages. Everything in this book is created by us. And if you look at some of the pages inside, I'll show you one, just one page. Not showing any more than one. Let me hide it. Okay, so if you take a look at this page, this is a crossword puzzle. Can't let you see it for too long. But on this crossword puzzle, these are all of the things you can learn about breathing and your lungs and things that you can do naturally to maybe open up your lungs if you're having hard times. And it's also going to give you some really in-depth knowledge on terms of what may be happening to your body. So all of the different crossword puzzles inside of there are the same way. They're not the same puzzle, but they're designed in the same way. So you have your breathing and lungs, maybe your heart, maybe your brain. Who knows? It's in the book. You got to get the book in order to know that part. But you do know that there's a breathing one in there. Okay. I'm not going to show you guys anything else out of the book. I really want you to get it, though. I'm also going to be doing on Sunday evenings a live on YouTube with the actual guide. So if you get the guide, then you can follow along with me on YouTube, and we can sit, we can chat, you can ask your questions. That is going to be a lot more personal. So make sure you guys are following us on YouTube. The Compassionate Carer, like it, and hit the bell.
Yes, Aisha, you do need the activity book. Before I show one of the last items, I wanted to speak about some of the items you chose. Everything we chose to put in this box was very intentional. So, for example, the poster, for me, I don't know about some of you, but when I go to the doctor or when my mom goes to the doctor, I'm asked, how's her blood pressure during the week? How's her blood sugar during the week? How's she feeling emotionally? There is a mood chart on that as well, because again, holistically, we want to be well, mind, body, and spirit. So even if you're using it for you, great. If you're using it for the person you're caring for, track how they're feeling. That's those days you want to check in. If they're able to say, I'm feeling a little sad today, that's when you go in and check in. Do you want to talk about it? And track that. If you're finding that they're being sad a little bit more often than happy or, angry or frustrated, check in with them. That's going to be important. But a great thing about it, and it's something that I use, I write my mom's vitals and I take a picture of it. So when we go to the doctor and they say, so how's her blood pressure? I said, oh, it's been in the 140s over 80 or 90. And maybe they'll say, okay, we got to track that. We got to monitor that because we may have to raise her blood pressure. Or the other way around, where it's, okay, her numbers has been good. Let's explore lowering her dosage for this medication or that. So it's going to be great as far as recording the vitals so that you can take it to the doctor. And if they're asking, you have it written right down. There's a record of it. And so that's one of the intentional things. The activity book. My mom, she's had multiple strokes. And so I want to constantly challenge her mind. And I feel like as you get older, we don't write as much. We're typing and texting. So we want something that's going to keep your motor skills going, that's going to keep your brain going. So that's why we created or included the activity book. It has Sudokus and crossword puzzles and all of that so that we can continue to challenge the mind. We want to continue to challenge the mind. Not only that, but with the crossword puzzles, we talk about, as Unique said, breathing. One may be about the heart, one may be about stroke. So when your doctor uses certain terminology, you'll know exactly what it means because you've had the opportunity to look in the activity book, or you've seen the word before, you've recognized it before. Now that doesn't mean don't ask any questions, because I will advocate for every patient, ask as many questions as you need. I don't care how long it takes. But with the activity book, it's going to teach you about different things that you may not be aware of as it relates to breathing or the heart. And so you'll recognize those words when your doctor speaks them to you. You'll know exactly what they're talking about. So we were very intentional about everything that we put in this box. Okay. So one of the last things that we're going to show you that's in the book is my favorite, because I'm a person who likes writing. I'm a journaler sometimes. So this is our journal. Again, everything is intentional. In this journal, there's blank pages, but there's also affirmations and quotes. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, as Unique said. If you want to see everything, you can get it. But this is great because you can journal your experiences, whether you're using it or whether you're giving it to the person you're caring for. You can journal your experiences, they can journal their experiences or whatever they're feeling, and you can keep track of that. And ever so many pages, you get an affirmation, something that's going to uplift you, that's going to build you. This kind of speaks to the mental piece in that regard. So those are the things we're going to show you about what's in the box. There are more surprises and gifts that we have for you.
I'll cover them all up.
Yes. Once you get the box, you'll see everything that's in it. I promise you won't regret it. It's well worth it, and it's going to help in a lot of different ways. So yes, so we're going to be introducing products, but also we're going to have services for you. One of the services that we're going to be providing is consultation. I don't know about you, but when I became a caregiver, I didn't know what I was doing. 9 years in, there are some things I still don't know what I'm doing. And that's every day. We're met with different challenges every day and different experiences every day that we may not know how to deal with. And so we're not saying we have all the answers, but maybe we can be a person on the outside and say, hey, well, this is your experience. Let's say you're new to being a caregiver. Yes, Aisha, we'll answer that question about the individual parts. But yes, I'll address that a little later. Yes, so the consultation will be an opportunity for you to get help from us. You'll fill out a questionnaire. We'll take your questionnaire, review it, see what we can compile as far as resources. We're going to ask you for your state because, of course, every state has different resources, has different laws and regulations and all of that. And, of course, we are not experts. You're the expert in your life. You just sometimes need a support to help you to conquer whatever it is you're experiencing. So we'll come together with you. We'll be your team, your cheerleader, so to speak, and help you get things organized so that you can provide the best care. You can be the best advocate for yourself and those that you're caring for. So the consultations are also available for those who want to book with us. And we look forward to speaking with you. We look forward to helping you in your caregiving journey. Even if it's something for you, you know, we're also open to helping you to gather resources and get things organized to be able to help you.
Definitely.
So,
definitely.
Anything you want to say, Unique? I'm sorry.
No, that's it. You hit the nail right on the head for everything. I would suggest just making sure you guys follow the blog. We got a lot of stuff coming out. Check out the Instagram page, the Facebook page. we try to make sure that we put different stuff on each platform because we don't want you to go from Facebook and see the same thing on Instagram and see the same thing on. So we have different stuff on each site. I would suggest making sure you go follow us everywhere so you're getting all of the information. The bulk of everything that we post does go on Facebook, but you might get a little good. You get a lot more of us on other sites. So Instagram, you may get a little bit of a different kind of a content. Definitely on Melon Interest, we giving food over there. So follow us, make sure you're there. We're pretty much here for you. The box is here for you. We're here for you. Our job is to help you eliminate the 9,500 steps that we had to take to figure out what to do next. So we're just going to figure out where you are, put that all together, and help you find the steps of what you need to be able to do next. Our job is to make sure that we get you to the right person. We may not be the right person for every situation, but we're going to figure out the right person for you.
Right.
That's pretty much it. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Do we got any
So
questions in there?
yeah, so I wanted to say something. I wanted to say something about the blog. So the blog, as I mentioned, I'm the person who journals. I try to write things down, not all the time, but I try to. The blog is one of my babies, so to speak, within the larger business, because I share a lot of my personal stories, my personal experiences. I give tips on it. So you'll see a lot of us get a little bit more personal with the blog. The blog you can access through our website, um, www.thecompassionatecarer.com. But yes, we do get more personal in the blog, and we share a lot more of the details from day to day, living life day to day through COVID, through all these different things. Hi, Auntie Rhonda. So yes, so now we're gonna do questions. One of the questions that came up was from Aisha, and she asked, "Will you be able to purchase the items individually?" So yes, everything will not be able. You will not be able to purchase everything individually, and that's on purpose because it's a VIP kit. So we want you to have the special experience with what's in the kit. So everything won't be able to be sold separately. We will have certain items to be able to sold separately. For example, the journal will be something we can sell. We're selling separately, but everything won't be. I think you were interested in the activity book from your comment. So I believe we will, but we'll have to see about purchasing it separately. How do we get the box information is another question. Okay, so the box information, you will be able to find that on our website, www.thecompassionatecarer.com. And so
That's going to
on the
be
website,
updated in a little while. Sorry, Naima, I don't mean to cut you off.
you're
Uh,
fine. It's okay.
it's going to be updated tomorrow. So you guys just come to the site tomorrow. Everything is going to be updated. It should be live links and everything like that there for you.
Yes. Yes.
So
The next,
www.thecompassionatecarer.com.
yes. Okay, there's another question. Will there be a subscription service with the box? So at this moment, no. The way the box will work is your box, the VIP box will be, let's say, one of a kind, the one you get, right? And then what will happen is throughout the year, we're going to release unique boxes. So, for example, let's say for October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Let's say we were doing a box for that. I'm not saying we are, but if we were, there will be specialized items for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Let's say, any other, let's say stroke awareness, let's say something related to COPD or respiratory. We will have specialty boxes related to certain illnesses. So some of the items will be the same, but there will be additional unique items for the individual boxes. So every box you get won't be the same all the time. So at this moment, we're not doing a subscription service where every month you would receive a box. So thank you for those questions. Any other questions? Okay. So if you're still typing them, that's find, and I'll try to look out for them. If you do have any additional questions, let's say after you get off the live, after you shared this video with others, whether it be a box for parents. So if you're caring for a child, um, in general, no. So this is not like a parenting box where, let's say, if you had a toddler, you would have puzzles and different things for them. No, not necessarily for that. Um, it won't be a parent box. Now, if you're a parent taking care of someone who has an ailment, like a child who has an ailment, then that's different. We
Yeah.
can speak to that specifically. Are there specific things legally that should be done, financial and medical documents to protect patients and caregivers? So yes, that is an awesome question. I'll get to your question, Auntie Rhonda. Um, yes, there are. So for example, with my mom, I have had to come across a power of attorneys. So you want to make sure medical, what is it called? Proxies, medical proxies. So if your loved one is in the hospital and let's say they can't make decisions, informed decisions for themselves, you would be the person they would call to make decisions. For the power of attorney, if anything happened to them or their assets, you would be in line to make those decisions. These are all some of the legal documents. Financial things, what I would say to that is if it's like a banking account, you can be added as like a co-owner of the account or even as like a guardian. I don't know the proper terminology, but basically you can be added as like a contact or a person within that on that person's bank account. So if anything happened, you're there, they know who to contact, they have your information. So yes, there are different documents. We all have on our website, there is a thank you, proxy
Hmm.
DNRs. Yes, that's one too. That's one too. So you will make the decision if it came to the point where that person was at their end of life, what decisions you can make. People also put this in their living wills as well. But we have a place on our website. If you go under resources, we talk about some of this. We talk about the wills. We talk about the medical proxies. We talk about the power of attorneys. Some of these different documentations that you want to get in order. We talk about that. So yes, great question. When can we
We
begin to
also have
order?
sorry, Naima, I just wanted to make sure that they
No,
know the
you're good.
label
Go
tag
ahead.
on that. So when you go onto that resources page, it's going to be underneath advanced care directives. That's how you're going to be able to find that information. And you want to make sure that you're consulting with a lawyer or someone who's practicing, who's going to actually be able to help you fill those paperwork out and make sure that they're correct and it is what you want. And another thing that we don't talk about a lot is life insurance. We do
Yes.
have a connection to be able to make sure that we can get you covered as well. That is a part of financial wealth that we just didn't learn. And I'm going to make sure that my family is protected. Make sure that your family is protected. Make sure that you got health insurances. We don't need to be doing GoFundMe's. We don't need to be, doing all of that to make sure that mom is taken care of and grandmom and, auntie, whoever such. And we need to be able to make sure that our families are secure. So we have information that'll get you help with that as well if you need
Right. Yes, I 100% agree with you with especially with the life insurance. I was told by someone when I was getting life insurance that you can get life insurance on your family members. I do not know how much it is. I mean, I do not know at what level, but there's a certain amount that you can get on a family member and you don't need their consent or their social security number. So
it.
let's say you have a family member who doesn't care to get life insurance, but if something happened to them and they were to pass, that it would be your financial responsibility to make sure that everything was done correctly. You can get life insurance on that person. And then in addition to that, I would say I was watching a video last week, and what people don't understand, depending on your life insurance can be a form of assets. Your life insurance
Hmm.
can actually help make you money. I'm not saying to get life insurance on people to make money. It's more for protection, but there's an additional piece to life insurance that we don't think about, because like Unique said, we do the GoFundMe's, we asking people and trying to scrape and take in from our homes, and just to bury someone or to do their final preparations, and we don't have to. There's so much information out there. There's no reason why we have to take mortgages out on our home, that we have to take loans for 10, 15, 20. To bury someone is very expensive. There's no reason or excuse why we can't have things in place for ourselves and for our family.
Yeah. I think that sums it up. I really think that's that kind of sums it up. Like, you have to, if you're not willing to protect yourself and you're not willing to protect your family.
Right. Right. And this is what this is all about. We want to make sure you're equipped with the resources you need to protect you, to protect your family, to advocate for you, to advocate for your family. So there was a question that says, when can we begin to order the boxes?
Tomorrow. Tomorrow at 6 a.m. I'm going to go update the website tonight. I told you guys it took us so long. It took us so long to get these boxes. We were supposed to release products 3 times already. So if you're looking at the website right now, you probably see like a February 15th date. I'm going to change that, or when you look at it tomorrow, it's not going to be a date. It's going to be all the loaded products. So you'll be able to purchase it tomorrow. We have about 50 boxes for the first set of people that come through, and then we'll see.
Yes. Okay, so I don't see any more questions. I thank you all so much for all your questions. Again, if you have any additional ones, or if you wind up sharing our video and a person you share it with has questions, they can reach out to us at thecompassionatecarer@gmail.com, or they can go to our website at www.thecompassionatecarer.com. And we would love to speak with them and answer their questions. They can also message us on Facebook or Instagram. We're very responsive in that regard as well.
And if you subscribe to the site, you can get updates from us and stuff as well.
Correct. Yes. So one of the things we like to do, and you'll see this reoccurring with our videos, is a staple, a closing staple. And the closing staple is usually what I wish someone would have told me about whatever. And it all depends on what the topic of our video is. We find that hindsight is 2020. You're welcome. You're welcome. We find that hindsight is 2020. After you've experienced something, of course you can say, oh, I wish I would have known this. So in order to help through that painful process of the trial and error, of the searching and all of that, we're going to tell you about some of the things we wish we would have known at the beginning of this process, so that if you're early on in your process, you can get some of those things answered. And it won't be just from us, but you'll get people from our community who will answer these questions. What I wish someone would have told me about life insurance, for example, or what I wish someone would have told me about visiting the doctor, or being a caregiver in general. So tonight we're going to do that a little differently. And the question that we're going to answer is, what advice would you give to your family and friends in the community who are caregivers? So, Unique, what advice would you give to any of those watching or who will watch?
Treat people how you want to be treated. When I get old, one of my nieces, little cousins' kids, or something like that, I need to make sure I'm taken care of. So I'm going to treat everybody real good right now to make sure that I get treated real good later. And that's just it. Treat people how you want to be treated. If you're a caregiver and you're caring for someone and you have somebody's life in your hands, care for it. Treat that person with care, respect their feelings, respect their mind, Respect that they're going through something that you're not going through just yet.
I
That's
agree.
it. I'm not going to give away too much because
I
that's what
agree. Before I answer that question, I'll answer the question, where do you subscribe at? If you go to the website, you're going to actually be greeted by a pop-up that's actually going to tell you to, if you would like to stay up to date in everything that we have going on, put your email address in and it'll come to us. So that's where you can subscribe at. And if you have any issues, just let us know and we'll help you. So for me, what I would tell my family and friends and those in the community about being a caregiver, um, I would say be kind to yourself. And I say this a lot, and this is something I try to live by because I'm not always the kindest to myself. And I would say that because um, I think we're usually trying our best. Even if you're starting out, you're really working hard because you want to make that person happy, whoever it is you're caring for, even your children. I think to Aisha's question earlier about the parents, I think you try so hard to make other people happy. And yes, little kids, there's certain things you can do that can satisfy needs and all of that and make them happy. But I've learned with adults, there's nothing you can do that can make that person happy. It's them. It's nothing. I've done it with my mom where I tried so hard. I bought everything I can think of to help her. I said, oh, she looks like she's sad. I need to buy something. So I would go out and bring it, and she would be happy for 5 minutes. And then she's back to feeling sad. And I'm like, well, what is it? And I would constantly buy things and do things. And I went over and beyond and everything I can think of until I was burnt out and frustrated. And I learned because happiness comes from within. There's nothing I can buy her. There's nothing that I can do to make my mom happy other than do my best at providing for her. All the happiness will come from it comes from within. There has to be something that she finds that motivates her to get up every day, that motivates her to keep going. All of those different things, it comes from within. So I would say do your best, and that's all you can do. And I think that applies to any relationship. You do your best, and that's all
mm-hmm.
you can do. That is all
Definitely.
you can do. That person has to meet you halfway. That person has to find their happiness from within because there's nothing you can do that is going to make that person happy. It comes from within. And so that would be the main thing. And then also for my caregivers, get you a support system. Um, there are times when I felt like I didn't have a support system, excuse me, and I think it was partially due to the fact that maybe it's because I didn't voice what was going on. I didn't voice that I needed help. So number one, ask for help. Number two,
Start
from
there.
your help comes your support. And if a person is not willing to help you, then maybe they just can't help you. But there will be people that'll help you. Create that support system, create that community because you're going to need it. And I'll volunteer to be a part of your community. I'll volunteer to be a part of your support system. I'll do that because I needed it at times. So whatever you need, if I can help, even if it's just to cry, I'm fine with that. To vent, I'm fine with that because I've been there. And don't be ashamed of venting because we go through that sometimes. So that would be my advice. I have tons, but I'll just keep it at those two things. And so I just thank you all. We thank you so much for being on here with us. We thank you for watching. We thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing our videos and our posts. We appreciate it and we see it. We really do.
Thank you so much, guys. We love you guys.
Thank you. Have a good night. Anything else you want to say, Unique, before we end?
Nope, I just want to say I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. And stay safe and COVID free. Stay away from
Yes.
all these nasty people. Mm-mm. Get you some
Thank you
Lysol
all.
wife.
Have a good night. Thank you
Have
for
a good night, guys.
watching. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.